it's normal to feel worried sometimes. It's a part of growing up, and there might be lots of reasons why you're feeling worried or anxious. You might be starting a new school. You might be having problems with your friends. You might have lost a relative or somebody close to you. Or you might have moved to a new house or a new town. And feeling worried might affect the way that you think and the way that you feel, and even how your body feels. There are lots of strategies that might help you if you're feeling worried or anxious, like taking a deep breath, listening to calming music, and talking to an adult. When I'm feeling anxious, I like to do things that help me to calm down, like drawing, painting, and making different things. This is different for everybody, but if you, like me, enjoy arts and crafts, then getting stuck into making something might help you feel better and ease your anxiety. When I was younger, I remember my friend telling me that her parents were getting divorced. She was feeling very upset and had so many worries in her head, and she just didn't know what to do with all of them. I know how it feels when you just have too many worries in your head. So today, I'm going to be making a worry muncher, a bit like this. Making things helps me to feel calm, and when I feel worried, I can write down my worry on a piece of paper and feed it to my worry muncher. This can help to get your worries out of your head so that you don't have to carry them anymore. To make your worry muncher, the first thing that you'll need is a recycled food container. So that could be an egg box, it could be a milk container, it could be a cereal box, it could even be a tube like this one. It's probably best not to use anything plastic. This is because that it can actually be quite difficult to glue things onto plastic. And also, if you want to cut into your food container, this can be a bit tricky, and it can also, the edges can be a bit sharp. You'll also need scissors, glue. A glue stick is best, but you can also use PVA. Sticky tape, a pencil or pen, any sort of coloured tissue paper or card. And then finally, any crafty bits and bobs that you want to use to decorate your worry muncher. This could be pom-poms, foam stickers, or feathers, or even more card. The first thing that you'll need to do is decide what your worry muncher will look like. It could look like an animal, it could look like a mythical creature, an alien, a robot. It's absolutely up to you. You could even draw a simple picture to get some ideas down first. Or you could look at your food container or any of the decorating bits and bobs that you have and decide what you could make from that. When you choose your food container, make sure that it's washed or it has been wiped down, because you want to make sure that your container is clean. If you have a container like this milk carton, we can cut a mouth into it so that it looks a bit like this one. I'll show you how we'll do that now. So it's best to cut your worry muncher's mouth about halfway up your milk container. And what we'll do is we'll draw a line so that we can see where we need to cut. So I'm going to start off on the front. Then I'll turn it onto the other side and follow that line. Now we only want to do a line here, a line on the front, and then a line on the other side, like that. Then we'll take our scissors, and if we snip in the corner first, then that will help us to get our scissors in to cut the rest of it. So looking at all the food containers that I have here, I think I'm going to go with the cereal box. And looking at its shape and the mouth, I think that I'm going to make a dragon. So once you've decided what you're going to make, you want to take your container and choose one colour of tissue paper, or you may use card to be the main colour of your worry muncher. So for example, if you were making a tiger, you might want to start off with the colour orange, because then you would be able to put the black stripes on top of the orange. Or you may want to look at all the colours that you do have and think, which one do you like the most? So I think I need to have some green tissue paper for my my dragon. What I'm going to do next is take a glue stick, and I'm going to put some glue on one side of my food container. Put lots and lots of glue on so that the tissue paper will stick. I'm going to start off with just one side so that our food container doesn't get too sticky. If you're using PVA glue, you only want to do a thin layer of glue. Otherwise your worry muncher, again, will get too sticky. So when you've covered one of those sides, you take some of your card or your tissue paper, check that it's the right size, so it's going to cover that side of the box. And then you're going to smooth the tissue paper or your card along where the glue is. Like so. Now I think I can cover most of the other side of my container as well. But don't worry if you have to use lots of bits to cover your food container. You don't have to do it all in one go, because we can cover any seams that you might see with decorations. So I'm going to trim off some of the excess tissue paper here. So there you go, that is my worry muncher with its first main colour on. If you're making a worry muncher that has a mouth like this, for example, with this milk container, just make sure that you don't cover up the mouth bit. So once you've covered your container, then you'll decide how you want to make the eyes of your worry muncher and where you want them to go. If you've got some white card, you could draw out the eyes of your worry muncher. I've done these sort of semicircle shapes, but you can do whatever shape you want. And once you've drawn them out, you can cut them out. You could even use googly eyes. whatever eyes you decide, it's a good idea to have a bit of a play around and see where best you think your eyes should go. So I think that's maybe a little bit too close to the mouth. It looks more like a snake. But if I bring my eyes back here, that looks a bit more like a dragon. So I think I'm going to stick my eyes here. Next, we're going to decide if your worry muncher has a nose. I think my dragon needs some sort of nose. And what we can do is we can cut out some shapes out of coloured paper. And what I think I'll do is test out some different shapes. So my worry muncher could have a circle nose, because I think I'm probably going to be making sort of nostrils for my dragon. Could do triangles, and I could maybe even do some squares. But you can do whatever you want for your worry muncher. If you see on my tiger, this is the sort of nose that you would probably find on a real tiger. And then on my sort of my alien worry muncher, I've actually made this using an egg carton as well. So have a go finding out some cool and different ways that you could make the nose of your worry muncher. But I think I'm going to stick with my simple shapes here. I've chosen purple because I think it will really stand out on the green of my worry muncher. Okay, so now that I have cut out some choices for my worry muncher's nose, I'm just going to, again, try them out, see which ones I like, where I like them being placed. Quite like those ones. Go. Those ones look quite cool. And finally, these circle ones. Oh, I think I'm going to go with my square ones actually, because they are also a bit diamond shapey as well, and I quite like that. Lovely, so I'm going to stick that down. You could also use some crafty bits as well. So I could have done some pom-poms, but I think I'll stick with my paper. Next, we're going to decide whether our worry muncher has teeth, or they could have fangs, all to better to munch worries with. And what we can do is we can bring back that piece of white card that we were using, and you could draw some triangles or semicircles or squares in a line, so they're on sort of a strip of paper rather than cutting out individual triangles or squares or semicircles, because that could take a very long time to stick them in the mouth. So again, I'm going to try a few different sets. And in fact, I'm going to just check how wide my cereal box opening is. So actually it is the whole piece of A4. So that's really helpful because now I know how long and how wide my worry muncher's mouth is. now I'm going to cut my teeth out. So here are my Worry Muncher's teeth. So let's see which ones fit, which ones look the best. Okay, so, oh yes, those look very, very terrifying. Oh, I think those ones work as well. I think I'm going to go with these sharp fangs. So I'm going to put some glue on the very edge, stick them in, and then see if maybe they need a bit of sellotape to help them stay in as well. Next, we need to think about whether our Worry Muncher needs any ears. And I think what I'll do is get the purple card that I was using before. And I think I might give my Worry Muncher some spiky ears. So... And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw a little line, almost like a little rectangle box around the ear. So I'm not going to cut this line, I'm going to cut around this line instead. And what that will do is make a little tab. So we can fold along this line and it will mean that the ear will stick out. It'll be a bit more 3D, but I'll show you how that looks in a second. I think what I'll do is I'll cut this one out and then I'll use it as a template to make a similar ear. So if I show you that I'm going to fold along that dotted line, so when I'll stick that onto my my Dragon Worry Muncher, do you see that it will actually stick out like that? And I think that will look really cool. But first of all, I'm going to draw, in fact I'm going to flip it round so that it will be opposite. It'll be an opposite ear. There you go. And I'll stick this on with the glue, but it might need a bit of sellotape just to make sure that it stays stuck. Okay, so now we've done the eyes, the nose, the teeth and the ears of our Worry Muncher. Next, we're just going to decorate our Worry Muncher, and this is very much up to you how you want to decorate your Worry Muncher. You could use pom-poms, stickers, washi tape. You could use card to cut out spots or stripes. You could use more tissue paper. It's absolutely up to you. So now that you have your worry muncher, the next time that you're feeling worried, you can sit down with your grown-up and write down or draw your worry on a piece of paper. You could have a piece of paper already cut up just for worries. So let's see, what am I worried about? I'm worried about my friend at the moment, so I'm going to put down I am worried about my friend. And then I can feed this to my worry muncher. If you're not exactly sure what to write, you can talk to your grown-up about it and see if they can help you. You might want to choose a time with a grown-up to write down any worries you have. This could be 10 minutes once a day or once a week or whenever you're feeling worried. The important thing to remember is that it is okay to have worries. But if you fed your worry muncher and you're still feeling worried, it's a good idea to let your grown-up know. I hope you enjoyed making your worry muncher today and that it's helped you feel calm and relaxed. And I hope if you were feeling a little anxious that it has helped in a little way in managing your worries.